Hello. Sorry for the poor visual quality, but I honestly don't think anyone's really gonna watch this anyway. So, I just wanted to put this out there for maybe that whoever you are, you may have been drawn to this video for a reason. I know that sounds cheesy and people say that, but I honestly believe that. So, what I'm about to say is definitely not a new concept. It's not novel. I'm very careful to make sure that what I say on these platforms isn't influenced by, other people's ideas and things like that. But with this concept, I think it's so universal that, it's not like I'm ripping anybody off by saying this or anything like that. So basically, I would say, be the first to talk about it. So what I mean by that is, um, I think we by now we've all had experiences that are very unusual, spiritual, strange. We've all had a lot of experiences in general, and I think during this eclipse season that we are currently experiencing, we just had two eclipses within the last month. A lot of these more primal, kind of raw things are coming to the surface. Different experiences, different beliefs that maybe people wouldn't usually talk about. I've definitely noticed have been coming to the surface one way or another, and it's just made me realize that. And again, this isn't a new concept by any means, but I think this is going to be an important reminder for you. It basically made me realize that we so many of us have been spiritual, we've been aware, we've been psychic in other lifetimes, and we've experienced so much persecution for it and oppression, and so in this lifetime there are still traces of that. There's still definitely much of that here, and to some extent we do need to be careful with what we say. Of course, use your own discernment. However, we do have more freedom than we realize. We have more power over our own circumstances than we realize. And it's just funny how like so many of us have had these experiences that we keep to ourselves, but the moment that you start to feel comfortable being transparent and bringing these things into the open, into the forefront, that's when you realize that you may find someone who has had a similar experience. Maybe you have a similar belief, maybe they've had the same thing. So for example, like I am a cashier at Walmart, and I don't always tell people that because people have mixed reactions to it, but I enjoy it. I enjoy the randomness of it. And I had a customer today who told me that he's seen an alien before, and he kind of just threw that out of nowhere. And I asked him about it. He told me about it, and I told him, I've seen an alien too. So that's just one example. I actually had three different examples of things like that today, though. Different, things that are out of the ordinary, things involving channeling or having a direct connection to like God consciousness or other beings, telepathy, aliens. Literally, all these topics just came up today for me, and this wasn't me bringing this up with everyone. This was, some of it was me initiating, but some of it was other people initiating. But I want to get back on track here and just mention how someone has to be the first to bring it up, and you don't have to talk about these things if you're not comfortable with it. I'm not trying to push you against your free will. I just think so many of us want to, we are human. We want to connect with each other. But again, we have these like deep insecurities, deep fears, fears of rejection and loss. And again, to some extent that is real. But how much of it is real though? Like, this is the message I want to get to in this video is that, if it is comfortable, if it is safe, I want to be that voice that's just pushing you a little bit further, maybe slightly out of your comfort zone. Again, use your discernment. I'm not trying to get you to do anything risky or something that might result in a loss for you. I'm just saying, if it is a comfortable and appropriate situation, and nothing bad's gonna happen, then why not? If the only thing holding you back is your own kind of shyness or nervousness, I would encourage you to talk about it because not everyone is on the same page. Not everyone has had the same experiences. We still live in such a divided world. But again, at the same time, many of us by now have experienced some pretty strange and interesting things, and I know many people like to just shy away from those types of things, but I'm not that way. And if you're listening to this, I don't think you are either. You know, those strange and bizarre pastimes, experiences, beliefs, isn't that more interesting than just talking about the same generic jokes and small talk every day. I love small talk. It's necessary to get you to deeper subjects, but at the same time, why don't we talk about these things? I think bringing these things into the forefront and talking about them not only will show you that you're not alone, and I think that's empowering. But honestly, I don't know where that sentence was going. That's the main thing. I think it will just help everyone. It will help bring these things out, and then from there, it'll encourage even more like psychic awareness, psychic abilities, figuring things out, having these experiences, and things like that. So, anyway, that's all I wanted to say. But yeah, I hope you have a great day or night, and just think about what I said. Think about any situations where you may have shied away from talking about these things, and it's not that you need to regret that by any means. I'm just saying, is there an opportunity where you can bring these things up with someone that you know, or maybe someone that you don't know? Because talk about it. I encourage you to do that, and more people might be open to what you're saying or thinking than what you would think, if that makes sense. So that's all I wanted to say.